Hello lads and lasses, T3 BBs here, and I'm going to be doing something a little different. I'm actually going to be trying to teach you how to play an American battleship. Hooray! T3 playing something that isn't a Soviet or European ship. So let's see what I can do with the Wyoming. Now, Wyoming was launched in May 25th of 1911 and was the third ship of the United States Navy to be named Wyoming. Although she was only the second named in honor of the 44th state. Whatever the fuck that means. She also has a nickname, like most US ships. Her nickname is the Chesapeake Raider. Surprisingly, I can actually pronounce American names. Because she served as a training ship throughout the 1930s and in November 1941. She became a gunnery ship. She operated primarily in the Chesapeake Bay, hence why the name Chesapeake Raider. And before you ask, I don't think this is actually what Wyoming is supposed to look like. Wyoming, for those of you who can't tell, I don't think it ever had that modernization. I'm fairly damn certain that it was Arkansas, which I also own, that had the modernization. But apparently they chose to give Stockholm, Wyoming to Arkansas, but they gave the modernization to Wyoming. Because I'm fairly damn certain that it probably didn't. No, it actually looks way different than what it was supposed to look like. Because I believe Arkansas also had that before it was nuked to hell. That's not even a joke, by the way. Arkansas is probably one of the most famous ships to ever get a nuclear warhead to the face, to the point where it literally got launched in the air. While Wyoming had a somewhat decent career, and spent most of her career as a training ship, like most Soviet battleships. I'm talking about the Gangut as well, because Gangut also served as a training ship. But Wyoming as a whole, there really isn't much to talk about. That's why this history segment is pretty much all over the place, trying to figure out what this thing even is. Now, enough of the rambling about whether this thing is questionable history. Let's talk about the commander, William Sims. This is a must for pretty much all your US battleships. You can swap out Kedrov for Scharnhorst if you have her. Personally, I don't like anime. So, his base skill gives you plus 240 HP per ship tier. It's going to increase because of the legend skill. Sorry, I can't speak English properly. We're going to be talking about his inspirations, which are Kedrov, because of course, and Andrew Cunningham, which is pretty much obvious. You can swap out Kedrov for Scharnhorst for a full accuracy build, but I prefer my build per se because I don't have Scharnhorst, neither do I intend on getting her. And as I said, built to last increases your HP. And let's talk about Flammable Cannoneer, range of battleship guns, shell grouping of battleship guns, and also the risk of catching fire. This is also a good skill for other US battleships, West Virginia in particular, and you could also use it on Colorado and Iowa. I run this on Iowa as well. Then we have Crisscross, which increases main battery traverse speed, in case you want your battleship to turn faster than Michael Schumacher. And then we have Marksmanship, which increases main battery shell grouping for any ship type, but reduces rudder shift, and the Americans are very slow, so it's quite a mixed bag. It's both a blessing and a curse. It's mostly a blessing because at least you can hit shit. Reaching Out XXL, which increases the range of main battery, so you can pretty much just snipe if you want to. I personally don't recommend sniping, I recommend mid-range. That's where the American battleships excel. Don't brawl unless you're playing Massachusetts. That's what I'm gonna say. And legendary skill, you'd obviously go for Will-to Rebuild, because the other skills are pretty much useless. I mean, what Will-to Rebuild does is increases HP regeneration rate while repair party is active. So I recommend getting Sims. If you don't have Sims, try and get him through a commander crate for free, or if you're really risky, buy him directly from the shop with 900,000 commander XP. Now let's talk about the upgrades. I obviously run the main battery mod 2. The reload does get a bit tedious. You could use Revell if you wanted to, but personally I don't recommend Revell on the US battleships because the Revell and Kedrov combo mostly works on brawler battleships, such as Odin. There's really much to talk about. You could go for secondary battery if you want to consider yourself a German battleship. I recommend going to the secondary battery on Arkansas, to be honest. Now, let's talk about the armor, and this is where Wyoming truly does suck. Armor might as well be non-existent. You could even see with a bow that is literally just non-existent at 19 millimeter plating. Ouch, ouch. And that's not even factoring in this thing's titanic citadel. Granted, it's literally a little bit above the waterline, but you could still citadel this thing, especially if you have a Cesare or a fucking Octabrina. Try and pronounce it properly. And this is just where Wyoming truly does suck. It has no armor for a battleship, and you have all that superstructure, just all of that. 1 second, let me just show you what I mean. You have all of this to shoot at, especially at the front, near the casemate. So you have a lot of shit to shoot, to be honest. You do have guns aplenty, you do have a lot of guns, but at the same time, you're not going to be surviving long enough when you're just going to get burnt to a crisp by some poor hero behind an island. So, all I have to say about Wyoming is that if you have Sims, it's great. If you don't have Sims, you still need to get Sims for it to be a fun experience, especially clubbing at low tier. The build with Sims, I recommend you use it on all your US battleships. If you want, you could just swap out not Cunningham. You keep Cunningham and swap out Kedrov for Scharnhorst. So that's pretty much it on my summary on Wyoming. Sure, she is a bit of a pain. She's not as painful as Ishizuchi, but I recommend running Sims on it. So that's all I have to say, and enjoy the gameplay I'll be running for you right now.
Battle starts. All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Enemy cruiser detected. Target penetrated. dead ahead.
I need intelligence data.
Enemy destroyer detected. Problem solved, sir. The ship is on fire.